Welcome back to part 2 of the Quadratic Masterclass. So, we're still on the solving topic, and we know that there are 3 ways to solve a quadratic. The simple way that we went through last video here, if a at the front equals 1. There's the AC method that we're going to cover in the next video, and today we're going to be looking at the quadratic formula. One more thing before we go into the quadratic formula is, what if we wanted to solve for a question that looked something like this? Okay, so if you notice there's no C term at the end, okay? So we're trying to solve that for when y equals what? 0. And remember, we're trying to factorize it. Well, okay, 2 numbers that times to get 0 and add to get 3. Well, hold on, that doesn't make any sense. That can't be true. So these questions are different. If you see this, we can just factor it directly. So this has a what in it and this has a what in it. They both have a x in it. So you can take the x out, which is going to look like this. Okay? And this might not look very similar to our normal way we bracket them, but it actually is easier because, again, cover up 1, and therefore our solution must be x equals minus 3. And what about the other one? Well, okay, we cover up this, and our solution is x equals 0. So there are solutions for this one. So that's just another little question you might see, okay, that might not have a plus number at the end, but all you do is you just take an x out of them, okay? So if all of the terms have an x, you can just take an x out. Good. Amazing. So that's just the final wrap up of those more simple quadratic ones. Not that this is much harder. The quadratic formula is actually the easiest of all because it solves every kind of quadratic as long as it crosses through the x-axis here. Because bear in mind, if a quadratic can look like anything, then it could also be up here and not cross through, okay? And if an error comes up on your calculator that says syntax error or something like that, then that means it's probably a unsolvable quadratic. So there's no real root to the quadratic. It's not going to cross through the axis. Just a little thing to know there. So let's get a question. So I can use any numbers like, let's say 2x squared plus 4x minus 10. I'm going to solve this using our quadratic formula, which is, and you will need to write this down, x equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now, if you watch this video on screen right now, and if you know how to complete the square, then it will show you exactly how to find this from our ax squared plus bx plus c original quadratic method. So, using this formula, how can we solve for the roots of this equation? Well, remember, a is 2 in this case, b is 4, and c is minus 10. So all I do is I literally just put the numbers in. So minus 4, make sure you put them in brackets though. That's the most important tip I will give you. Okay, now put them in brackets. 4 squared minus 4 times a, again, brackets. You don't have to put times in your calculator like that if you don't want to. C minus 10 over 2a, which you could do 2 times 2, but I would always advise keep it in brackets. Okay, trust me, if you do it, you will save marks. Right, I'm just going to try this on my calculator now. So it's going to be minus 4 plus, I'm going to do plus first. You're probably noticing there's a plus and a minus here. We do a plus first. You could do a minus first, and that's going to give you one root. You do the minus, it will give you the other root. The square root of brackets 4 squared minus 4 times 2 times minus 10, all of those in brackets, 2 times 2 at the bottom. That's going to give us 1 plus square root of 6 in your calculator, which looks awful, but that is literally, if I press the S to D button on my calculator, 1.45 for x. Now all I do is I just go back on the equation and put a minus there, and that's going to give me the answer of minus 3.45. So these are our roots, and you can probably see you can't find those in the normal methods because the numbers are awful, and that carried on as well on my calculator. So long story short, if you want to solve any quadratic for its roots as easy as possible, use the quadratic formula. That's what it's useful for. You find the roots of where it crosses through the x-axis, okay? A bonus one, if you are interested, is this one here. Can you solve this? And put your comments down below and let me know how you got on with this, and did anything come up or any issues come up, and why did they come up?